Okay, hey, it's your girl K Woo, and welcome back. I know I haven't been consistent with my videos. 2020 has been rough, and of course, I'm always trying to figure out new content to talk about and to bring to YouTube, and just for you guys to be in tune. But it's also just for me and my growth and the things that I like and so YouTube is definitely one of those things that I've always wanted to do. But today, I can't believe my phone went off, but don't worry about that. But this is not even important. But today, I want to talk about the word existing. My entire life, I could say probably starting just being 5 years old, I've always wanted to know about life, myself, how everything was created, and even till now, like being 24 years old and in the year 2020, that has always crossed my mind. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person in the world that always questions the things that are here, the things that are natural. It's just, all of a sudden one day, poof, you exist. And I've always been the type, like, oh my God, I always felt like I wasn't existing. Of course I'm existing to other people because people see me and they're like, oh, there's a girl over there named Kayla. Obviously she's alive, she's talking, she's existing in this world, in this life. But just as an individual person, I always felt like, just due to the trials and tribulations that I've been through, I always felt like I wasn't existing to myself. I always felt like sometimes I wasn't real. I would, how you like stand in front of a mirror and you just look at yourself way too long and you're just kind of like, wait, am I real? And even sometimes when you touch yourself, you're like, I know I can feel myself, but am I real? So it's always that definition of, well, what is real? You know what I'm saying? And so I've always been like that, and I've always questioned myself a lot. I've never really questioned other people and how they think this. I've always questioned myself, and I've always questioned things that are natural. And I don't necessarily question things that I was taught because it's just what I was taught. So it does kind of feel like I'm existing for somebody else. Just like how society says, you have to look like this, be like this, act like this, and you are this. And this is what you need to be, and this is how you should act, and this is the best way to go. And you'll live eternally. You'll have the best life. You exist in a world of perfection. And I've always felt like I never really fit in that bubble. And they're saying like you should talk like this, act like this, walk like this, and well, I talk like this, act like this, and walk like this. So it never really fit. And so I was always juggling like, okay, well, should I continue to exist how society wants me to exist, or should I exist on figuring out why I exist and how I want to exist in this life? Because I was given the chance to live a life. You know what I'm saying? Poof. Kayla exists. I'm me. And each and every day I'm growing to be me and existing in this world. And, one of the things that helped me grow in this world, especially realizing that I do exist and I'm not just going crazy and being like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I met, or I ran into, or I bumped into, but it wasn't even a bump. It was just like one day walking to the eateries of my college, and bam, I saw this guy, and everything that he was saying to me, I thought maybe he was probably talking to a girl behind me, instead of, wait, he's talking to me like someone actually sees me. I always felt like people really didn't see me because I'm an identical twin, so we look exactly alike. So they always favored her, and people are trying to figure us out and stuff like that. So, but this one guy, he's talking to me and I'm listening, but I'm just like, wait, is he talking to me? Like, oh wait, he actually sees me. Like, he sees me. Like, I'm not just tripping. Like, this person was just really different. And at that moment I knew, oh my God, I'm actually existing to somebody else. Somebody actually sees me, you know. And we were kicking it, and like we were just trying to get to know each other, and I really, really felt like, oh my God, okay, I'm growing to actually see for myself and realize, wow, I do exist. I am real. I'm not just this little fairy tale in this little world that was created, you know. Like, no, somebody sees you for you, and they're telling you what they like about you and what's cute about you, and what, you know, whatever the case may be. And that really stuck with me. And even then, you know, we got into a relationship, being in a relationship for 2.5 years, and then not being in a relationship anymore, I felt like I didn't exist anymore. And I was, you know, at the time I didn't really understand. So I'm just like, wait, what? I don't get it. So I guess you could say it's somewhat losing yourself. But even then, I already felt lost prior to this person even coming into my life, because at that point I'm still trying to figure out me. I didn't understand me. I always felt like I was different out of my entire family. So I even wrote a poem about existing in a world where you feel like you really don't exist. And you know, and I think it was probably like my sophomore year of college, or maybe it was freshman year of college. I can't really remember. But one of the two, I wrote a poem about it. And when I spoke in front of the class, they were just like, whoa. And it was like from the core, from my heart, because that's actually how I really felt. And so each year, every time, each and every month and day, week, whatever, like, I'm constantly just growing bit by bit. I'm constantly seeing myself and really telling myself, like, Kayla, you're existing. This is not fake. This is real. And if you constantly have to keep telling yourself that, you know, to get yourself to understand, then eventually you're like, okay, you know what, this is real. I am real. And so those are one of the top things that I go through in my life, living on earth for 24 years. Those were one of one of the top things that like bothered me. And even in 2020 during this pandemic, I even kind of trickled back to kind of like, oh my God, no, I'm not real. I'm not existing. It didn't feel right. And even sometimes too, every now and then I'll be looking at myself, I'm like, what? I don't know. And I think it's also too just a lot of things that I'm learning about myself. I feel myself growing as a person. I feel myself changing. I used to be afraid of change, but that's going to be in another video. But I used to be afraid of change and stuff like that. So it's very overwhelming. Life can be very overwhelming. And sometimes we just, as humans, this is our first time. It's our first time doing everything. And we're not going to be perfect, and we're not perfect. And so we just take each day slow and to the best that we can, and we just feed ourselves positive affirmation, you know, positive thinking, positive energy, you know, because, and to people, just depending on what you believe in, you know, you believe in a God, you believe in the universe, you know, whatever. I don't judge what a person believes in. You know, you believe what you believe. If you believe it and it feeds you energy and it gives you energy and it has your back, hey, I say roll with it, continue with it, have hope in it, you know, put all your faith in it, and it will come back to you in a positive way, you know. So I was just watching a video today, and, you know, this guy was talking about like how you feed yourself positive thoughts, you're going to get positive results. You feed yourself negative thoughts, you're going to receive negative results. So it's just like, it's natural to have negative thoughts sometimes. It's natural to think negative about yourself, but it's better to think positive, because even though negative thoughts trickle our minds, a lot of the time positive things can trickle our mind even more too. But you know, based off just what we watch on TV and what we listen to and what we read, you know, all feeds into what we're naturally going to think, and it could affect our everyday life, our everyday thinking. So existing in a world where you feel like you aren't existing. You are not the only person feeling that way. I feel that way too, but I just found ways each and every day to try to feel like I am. I know years ago I would constantly do my makeup every day. It made me feel good. So find things that make you feel good about yourself. Then you look at yourself in the mirror like, oh, you know what? I am existing because I'm doing things that I like to do instead of doing things that society wants you to do. You know, do things that you want to do. Is going to make you realize and see for yourself, hey, you know what? I am existing because I'm doing stuff that I want to do. You know, and if you're doing stuff that you like, then you're like, bet, you know what? Yes, I feel you feel good about yourself, you know, and stuff like that takes time. But, you know, it took me a while. And even now, sometimes, you know, I fall back and I have to just be like, you know what? I remember I used to do this. And I'm going to get back on to doing that. Because that's what kept me happy. That's what kept me feeling real to myself. I'm not tripping. So, existing in a world where you feel like you're not existing. You are existing. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. This is going to be that channel where I'm going to be talking about stuff that us humans really don't talk about to other people. And if we do, it's not too the in-depth. It's just maybe just like the surface level of it. I don't go through everything, you know, and people grow up differently. So a person that grew up really rough is going to have a different experience compared to how I grew up. So a lot of the things that that person is going through or has went through, I can't relate, but I can definitely try to give you advice on to navigate those feelings. So that's what this channel is going to be about, navigating those feelings, those thoughts, because I am one of those people who is an overthinker, overanalyzer. I mean, it's really ridiculous, but definitely this is going to be that channel for that, you know, where you just need someone to just talk for you, expressing, like I said, even though I haven't been in your shoes and I haven't experienced maybe those troubling times, this channel might help you in a way in regards to navigating how to see the other side of things, basically seeing a duality. Seeing it like this and seeing it like that. Seeing it on the front of the hand, seeing it on the back of the hand. You know, seeing it option A, seeing it option B. Seeing it in a duality. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be that channel. Thanks for listening in. Again, existing in a world where you feel like you're not existing. I'm in that world with you, and this is going to be that channel to make you feel better. You know, if you're having a bad day, come listen in here as well. And if you have any topics that you would like for me to talk about, link them down below, or you can just put a little comment and I could talk about it with you today or tomorrow or whatever you want to talk about it. So again, thanks for tuning in. It's your girl K-Boo. See ya.